Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and iOS 11.1 Beta 3 has been out for a few days, and I've been using it every single day, all day. This is my iPhone 8 Plus. I've been using it on this phone, and it's been pretty solid compared to the previous betas. So as far as speed is concerned, speed is nice and fast. Apps are opening nice and quickly. I haven't had any issues with that. I haven't had any crashes of apps, and it's been stable. 3D touch lag is fixed, which is great, and it's running solidly. I have had a couple bugs. One of those bugs is when I unlock the phone. I mentioned this before in other videos, but when I unlock it, take it out of my pocket, unlock it, many times it will switch to this landscape mode, which is on the Plus iPhones, and then go back to the regular portrait mode. And it will just do it really quickly, rapidly, like that. And it's right as soon as I unlock the phone. So it'll just turn and turn back. And that's been a bug in previous versions of iOS, with iOS 11 early betas, and sometimes even I think iOS 10, and I thought they fixed it with iOS 11, and now it's back in 11.1 betas. So hopefully that gets fixed. It's something that's kind of annoying. One of the other things I've had an issue with really has to do more with a weird problem. So if I push and hold the mail icon and I delete it, I was trying a different mail app. I restore the mail app, and my accounts won't let me set them up. So I go to set the accounts up in the app itself. When I open it, it won't let me set them up because it says they're already set up. Then you have to go into settings, enable them in settings, then you can come back to the app and they'll work. So it's kind of a little bit of a bug. I reported it in the feedback app, and if you run into anything like that that's obscure that maybe they don't know about, be sure to report it in the feedback app. Apple reads those, and it's very useful. Now, I do read all of my Twitter comments, and comments as many as I can anyway on my videos, and someone reported they were having problems with their speakers. I don't know which iPhone it is, but after they updated to the beta, they were having issues with the speakers, and hopefully that's not a thing on everybody's phone, but I haven't had that personally on the 8 Plus. I haven't really heard of that anywhere else as well, but most of the time, people have said that it's pretty stable, and it may be the final beta before it comes out. And that might be due to the fact that this is actually patching the WPA2 hack that happened with iOS and many different Android phones and Wi-Fi in general when it comes to a Wi-Fi security hack. So that's been patched in 11.1 in the betas anyway, and so maybe Apple will be pushing this out quickly to resolve that issue for everybody. I don't think that problem is going to be fixed worldwide for quite some time, as that affects everything from phones all over the world and potentially other devices as well. So that's going to be a bigger problem elsewhere, but at least Apple's patched it on their devices in the next update when everybody updates to that version. Now, there is one more problem I was running into, and that has to do with CarPlay. So I use Pocket Casts in CarPlay a lot, and this little icon here, it's the play icon. Say I'm listening to The Pitch. It's a pretty good show if you haven't heard it. It's very similar to Shark Tank, but probably more realistic and less of a show as opposed to real life, I suppose. Not that that's not real life, but it's more, you'd have to listen to it to understand what I mean. But anyway, when you hit play and play is pressed, you'll see it's got the two lines that tell you that it's playing. If I want to pause it, I hit pause, I can hit play again. And you get that same thing. Now, that's not specific to this app. It's something in CarPlay. It only does it in CarPlay. It does it with music. I'll hit play, same thing. So it's part of CarPlay. That's a little bit of a bug that I've seen, and hopefully that'll be fixed. You can quickly fix it by hitting it and hitting it again, and it goes back to what it should be, but initially it's always wrong. So those are the only bugs I've had. Battery's been really good, and I know someone commented and said my battery is always good for me and I'll never have problems, and that's true sometimes, but usually with early betas my battery is terrible. So far with this beta, specifically Beta 3, it's been phenomenal. So I don't even think about it anymore. You'll see it's at 85%. It hasn't been plugged in since, I guess, 5:30 this afternoon, and it wasn't even charged to 100%. So I normally, by the time I guess around 5 p.m., I'm probably at 60 or 70% battery life left on this phone, maybe even 80% battery life. It's got amazing battery life, and I'm in apps all day. Not so much video and things like that, but I'm in apps, Google News. there's an app I wanted to give a little shout out to. It's not out yet, but it's Apollo, and it's a Reddit app. It's not a sponsor or anything like that, but it's a former Apple engineer made this Reddit app, and it's really a nice way to view Reddit itself. I think it's going to be free with some upgrades. You can unlock a pro version, but you can follow posts, subreddits. We'll go to world news, and it breaks it down quite nicely. And if there's big pictures, there's big pictures associated with it. Let me see if we can go into this one. It loads, and then you can just follow all the different comments. It's a great way to view Reddit, and I thought it was a great app, so I thought I'd give them a shout out. But like I said, it's not sponsored or anything like that, and your subscriptions show in more detail, so it's really nice. I actually don't have any subscriptions right now. I've just been playing with it for a couple days, but check it out. It's free. I'll link it in the description as well. And it's not out yet, like I said, but I'll link them and you can check them out. Now, every time I do a video, I try to incorporate a new wallpaper. This time around, it was sent to me by Mustafa Hazem. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is a beautiful wallpaper. Thanks for sending it along. I'd love to know where that is. If you could tell us, I'd really appreciate that if anyone knows. And I'll link it in the description below. It's a great wallpaper, and you can send those to me through my email or through Twitter. And if I use it, I'll give you a shout out. So that's it for iOS 11.1 Beta 3. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.